A solo hiking and camping nightmare. You know, there's something about the woods that gets into your blood when you grow up with it. For me, it started when I was just a little kid, maybe 7 or 8 years old, when my father first strapped a small pack onto my back, handed me a water bottle and said, "Son, today we're going to learn what real quiet sounds like." And he was right. Out there, away from the noise of traffic, away from the hum of air conditioners and the constant buzz of city life, there was this incredible, almost sacred quiet. The kind of quiet that makes you feel small in the best possible way, like the world is enormous and full of mystery, and you're just a lucky visitor passing through. I grew up going on camping trips with my father every single summer. Sometimes it was just the two of us. Sometimes my uncle would come along. We'd pack light, head deep into the trails, set up camp, cook over fire, sleep under stars. I learned everything out there: how to read a trail map, how to identify edible plants, how to start a fire with wet wood, how to find water. My father taught me that nature isn't something to be afraid of. It's something to respect. By the time I was in my 20s, I was going out on solo trips regularly, and I loved every single minute of it. Rain, cold, heat, none of it bothered me. I'd done hundreds of nights alone in the woods without a single problem, without a single moment that made me question whether I should be out there. Until this trip. It was early October, peak hiking season in that part of the country. The leaves were turning, the air was crisp, and the trails were beautiful. I'd been planning this particular hike for about 3 months. It was a route I'd mapped out myself, running through a stretch of national forest that didn't see a whole lot of foot traffic. That was the appeal, honestly. I wasn't interested in the crowded, well-marked tourist trails. I wanted something raw, something real. I packed everything the night before: my tent, my sleeping bag rated for cold temperatures, my camp stove, food for 4 days, a water filtration system, a first aid kit, a compass, maps, both digital and paper, because I don't trust electronics alone in the backcountry, a headlamp with extra batteries, emergency flares, and my .357 revolver in a hip holster with extra rounds in my pack. Now, I want to pause on that for a second, because I know some people raise their eyebrows when they hear that someone carries a gun while hiking. And look, I get it. I'm not someone who's paranoid. I'm not someone who thinks danger is lurking behind every tree. But my father taught me something that has stayed with me my whole life. He said, "The wilderness is beautiful, but it doesn't care about you. Bears don't care, mountain lions don't care, and unfortunately, not every person you meet out there cares either. A prepared man is a safe man." So yeah, I carried, always had. And out of all those hundreds of camping trips, I had never once needed to use it for anything other than target practice on tin cans. I told my buddy Marcus my rough plan: where I was starting, the general direction I was heading, and when I expected to be back. He had my emergency contact information. Standard protocol when you're going solo. You always tell someone. I hit the trailhead at 6:30 in the morning. The first 2 hours were absolutely perfect. I'm talking picture postcard beautiful. The morning light was coming through the trees at this golden angle. The trail was soft under my boots, and the air smelled like pine and cold earth. I was moving at a